Hello, Pisces. Welcome to Lotus Heart Tarot. I'm so happy to have you here. We're going to dive straight into your reading, you all. All right, for Pisces. If you're new to my channel, welcome, welcome. I am so happy to have you here. These messages are general, so take what resonates, leave the rest. If you feel the roles are reversed, then please go ahead and switch them. Always listen to your own intuition. Allow yourself to be guided by your own intuition during a reading. Trust your own feelings and interpretations of things. All right, for Pisces, can you please show me the energy of Pisces person? Pisces person's energy, please. Okay. All right, you guys are getting the turtle for your person's energy. This card wants us to look at it. The Falcon. Wow. All right. Pisces energy, please. Okay, the bee. Oh, and on the bottom of the deck, the owl. Guys, I've been really feeling this energy. Okay. Okay. Pisces. So I'm just doing a little brief energy check-in here. Like we just did a you and them energy to check on the energy before pre-eclipse. If you didn't get a chance to watch that, it's labeled you and them on the cover, the front cover. If I think about it, I will try to put the link to it in the description box. You know, I was interested in seeing the effect that the eclipse was really having. And so we've had the first eclipse, we had the lunar eclipse in Libra, and now we're moving into this, you know, hugely, what do I want to say, like advertised solar eclipse on April 8th. So I thought today was a really good time to kind of just dive in and just take a look at what's kind of shifting and changing. You know, with the turtle, there is this energy of someone who, you know, like they seek comfort, they seek protection, they seek that feeling of home. They're not someone who really wants to go out on a limb. Now, remember when we were shuffling, the Falcon energy came out. And, you know, this is the vibration of, you know, really getting a higher level perspective and dialing in on what we want and, you know, really listening to our intuition and kind of tapping into all of our talents and skills to sort of go get what we want. And so there's this energy. I feel like this is someone who doesn't really like to go out on a limb, but they are really contemplating, or this energy is sort of available for them to tap into if they want to tap into it, of the Falcon. It feels like something that's sort of like on their mind, or something that you know, I really get that this person is capable of it, but I also get that there's just this real reserved, slow, kind of, I don't want to say stubborn, but just someone who has been doing something the same way for a long time, and shifting that feels super uncomfortable, or feels like it's almost like too big a change. I mean, if you think about the change between a turtle and a falcon, that's like a pretty severe change. You know what I mean? It's like one extreme to another. But you know, the Falcon isn't really, it seems like the Falcon is risking, right? I don't know if you guys have ever, like, I once watched a documentary on the Peregrine Falcon, and it was just freaking mind-blowing. I mean, they are so aerodynamic, and they will literally just make themselves as aerodynamic as they can and just plunge straight down toward the earth to get their prey, and just swoop it up out of nowhere and immediately be able to pull up and fly back up into, you know, safety. They're so talented, and it's such an innate, you know, thing for them to do, that it's actually not risk involved. You know what I mean? I mean, I guess there's always risk, right? But they're so fine-tuned an instrument that it may seem risky, but like it's all the peregrine falcon understands or knows, and their whole body like complies, or you know, plays a role in its ability to really do this. I think they plummet toward the earth at like 60 or 70 miles an hour. Like seriously, it's crazy. It was like so impressive. I really had a new respect for falcons after I watched that. But what I'm saying is, you know, this is someone who, they don't like to be pushed to do anything different than the way that they do it, even though they also are equipped with that capacity, even though they could. But it almost feels like it's been so long since they've tapped into that, or since they've allowed themselves to even think about that, consider that, do that, or whatever, that, you know, it's just kind of a foreign thing to them. It's so weird though, because I keep getting this feeling of it feels like there's risk involved, but there's really not. This person innately knows the way. They innately know how to do it, but it's like they've just maybe gotten so comfortable in their situation or in not doing it that it feels very, very risky, even though they're built for it. I don't know. So we're obviously gonna continue to dive in. So we'll uncover more information about that as we continue to process it. But you're coming up like the bee, and please keep in mind these roles are reversible. And the bee is like, you know, you're just looking for somebody to collaborate. You're just looking for someone to help you build. You know, you're looking for the 10 of Pentacles. You're looking for, you know, someone to share life with. I think that you've been busy and you've been industrious, and you have already built something for yourself that's pretty sweet here. But it's like you're looking for cooperators. You're possibly looking for a soul team, not just an intimate partner. But you're willing to collaborate with anybody who's willing to kind of like share the vision and the plan and put the work in to build something. But I feel like you're struggling to find those people. I do feel like those people are coming in or coming towards you. The energy of the relationship is this owl energy on the bottom of the deck. And I feel like this is an energy of where both people in this connection are sort of willing to consider things from all sides. Like they're willing to look at it, or they're willing to kind of open their mind to the possibilities. But with the turtle, I feel a real reticence to take any action or do anything extraordinary or out of the ordinary. But let's get more information, shall we? I'll do another complete you and them after the solar eclipse, probably on the 9th. Oh, my grandma's birthday. Okay, all right. So I feel like the turtle, they're focused on work. They're focused on the things they can control. Look at this. Oh my gosh, you guys. Are you kidding me? We have this bird energy, and it's even like the falcon going down, even though the falcon puts its wings tight into its body. There's still this energy of it. And so look, I mean, this is literally, it's like this person, it's almost like they're almost kind of like not even willing to acknowledge that they're at a choice point. It's like they're trying to avoid even looking at the choice point, or even sort of thinking that there is some choice open to them. They're really trying to stay this course over here, whatever this is, whatever their life looks like now. I feel they're very hesitant to do anything different than what they're doing. But it's like Spirit is saying, hey, you have choices, you have options. But look, this person, they're like expressionless. There's no joy in this energy. There's no growth. There's no expansion. There's no happiness. There's no bigger picture. And look, I mean, I was getting like the soul wants to be set free, and then I looked at the bottom of the deck and there's this soul card, and it looks like this soul wants to be set free. It's like this person, yeah, they want to, look at this, expand, oh wow, and soften. They're so rigid and explore new things. Yeah, this person actually, I feel like craves change. But they're also, it's like their mind is in control, and their mind is saying, you know, this is good, this is safe, let's just keep focused on this. And even though, you know, we're not feeling particularly happy, we're not really risking anything, we're not feeling imbalanced, we're not feeling, you know, they're kind of looking at what they're not feeling and feeling like that's a good thing, rather than looking at what they're not feeling that's not such a good thing. You know what I mean? They're not looking for what's missing in their life. They're just sort of like, okay, well, I'm not taking any risk. Well, I'm not imbalanced. Well, I'm not, you know, I'm not out on a limb anywhere. I'm not uncomfortable. I'm just kind of living. I don't want to call it like a boring existence, but you know what I mean? Like, I'm not sure that there's a lot of excitement there. And actually, different than excitement, fulfillment. So there is a soul inside this person that is longing to be free. And it requires this person to choose a new path. And I feel like Spirit is definitely showing them that there is a choice, and that, you know, they have this option. But I think to this person, this energy of freedom is frightening at this time. So let's look at you. Oh my gosh, Pisces, you got play. I love it when you guys get play. This is so weird. I have no idea how my eyes played this trick on me, but I was picking this up from the ground and I thought it said hierarchical. Hierarchical? Is that a word? Like some kind of like there's a top, and then there's like two underneath it, and then there's like more underneath it. Like, I don't know, I was getting like a flow chart, an organizational chart or something like that. Don't have any idea what that means. Yeah, so Pisces, I feel like you are definitely looking for your soul tribe. I feel like you are definitely looking for people who share, or you have it and you found it and your focus is there. But it's like you're looking for people that celebrate the same things that you celebrate, that get excited and get happy about the same things that you get excited and get happy about, and people that want to share in those type of experiences with you. I feel you're looking for a deeper level of connection with the people around you, or maybe not the people around you, but you're looking for a space to plug in where you can connect on a deeper level with the people around you. I feel like you've been through this period of healing, and I feel like you are sort of grounded and centered, or you are working through the healing and becoming grounded and centered. I feel like you're really in close relationship with your intuition. I don't know why I said that way, but there's just this energy of where you're kind of really taking it in. You're observing the world around you. You're sort of feeling out the energies, looking at the people, looking at, if this is someone who could potentially be someone that could be soul family, or if this is someone who, would seek to kind of bring you down. There's just this energy. I feel like you have dealt with some painful things lately. I think you've removed the thorns. I think you're recharging. I think you're healing. And I think that you're not really interested in opening yourself up to more thorns. I don't know. It's really coming across that way though. Something that just sort of gets under your skin that you have to kind of tolerate or deal with, that, it's painful, but you're surviving. I think you've removed a lot of those people or a lot of those situations from your life in this healing and recharging process. And I think now you're just sort of at this place where it's like, I'm ready to expand. I'm ready to have people to play with and to celebrate with. And it's kind of like you don't really maybe necessarily know where you're headed right now, but I think you're open to what comes next here. All right. So you have pressure. I have so much going on in my life and I'm struggling to juggle it all at once. This is your person's energy. The feelings I have for you overwhelm me, so I run away to process them. Within 2 months, it's easier to block everything out right now. I'd rather ignore my emotions. See that? It's like spirit is guiding them. Their soul is begging them. And they're just sort of like, let me just pretend that's not happening. It's just easier right now to ignore my emotions. But within a few months, I feel like they're going to have to make some kind of different choice. Then they also have play. I just want to have fun with you. Yeah, I think this person misses you. I feel like they miss the connection, or this could also be potentially a new person who, they may be in your environment, or something may be starting up, or maybe nothing has started up. Maybe you haven't even met this person, but it's something that I feel like is going to get off to a slow start, because I feel this person, they, for whatever reason, are somewhat routinized and are not really looking for change, or change makes them uncomfortable. And right now they just don't want to feel uncomfortable. And definitely they're emotionally, how do I want to say? I feel like they feel emotions. Both the turtle and the falcon, I feel like, are connected to their emotions, but I feel like they get overwhelmed easily by their emotions. So they're kind of like, let me just have some space. But I think within the next couple of months, either you're going to meet this person's going to come forward and looking to connect with you, or this is a past person who will be reaching out to you. On the bottom of the deck, it says, I know the clock is ticking for us. Won't you wait for me? All right, so let's see what's going on with you, Pisces. On the bottom of the deck, it says, I have a hard time trusting anyone. I'm doing just fine on my own. And I feel like you have been, like I said, through a situation with some thorns, and you're not willing to open up to any energy like that. I think you've done the work to get rid of that, or to try to become free of those kinds of energies in your energy. So I don't think you're trying to open up to that. You have this mask. Honestly, I pretend to be someone I'm not, because being vulnerable feels uncomfortable. I feel like more than wearing a mask, you're in observation mode. It's like, I'm not really going to give you a lot of insight or access to what is really deep inside of me until I know that I can trust you, until you have shown to me that you are capable of sharing this vision, sharing this plan, and working together to kind of build something that means something, or that matters. And then you have, I love the way you make me feel, but I can't give you the same in return. This is something where I feel like you're not really accepting superficial relationships, or, if you are, it's like you're not going to give that person your super caring side, that super unconditional loving side. And I think this relates to those past thorns, where it's like, you've opened yourself up to friends, to family, to people, and really, really given them the best that you have to give. Your compassion, your listening, your, helping to look at it from a different perspective. I mean, you offer a ton to people in relationships, a ton, trust me. Like, I am so close to so many Pisces, and like, honestly, the things that come out of your mouth, just the way that you see things, and your ability to really hear where a person's coming from and put yourself in their position, and then in a very compassionate and understanding way, kind of re-express to them, or put into words kind of how they're feeling. You guys are amazing at that. And then you have this forbidden, even though we shouldn't, I still want you. I think there's a part of you where, you know, there is this energy of, for some of you, there's a past person here where it's like this person wants you, but they want you on their terms, or they're not looking for a commitment, or, you know, like it's more of a friends with benefit, or it's an in and out situation. And I feel like you, as much as you want this person and as much as you know it's not good for you, there is a part of you that is tempted by it, but you're not going, you know, you deserve more. You're trying to hold a standard here, I feel like, because you have been hurt, because you have gotten the thorn end of it. And then you're also getting, I've been in my head about you constantly. So you may be thinking about this person. And even if this is a new person, you know, that you haven't met yet, this can also be where you're just either anticipating someone's arrival, like you can feel someone coming or someone's energy entering into your energy. People, we meet sometimes energetically before we actually meet in real life. And so sometimes you can have this feeling of anticipation without really understanding why you're feeling that. And it can sometimes be because there is some energy that's, you're getting close to coming into contact with them. But you know, it can also just be like you want love, you want companionship, you want a soft place to fall, you want someone to love and to be loved by. And it can be on your mind quite a bit at this time. All right. So let's dive into the tarot. We'll get a look at them and then you, and then we'll get a look at the connection. All right. Pisces persons. Okay, in this person's thoughts, they may be spying on you. They may be having some kind of breakthrough about you. This could also be a new person who's like looking for someone, or who's, I don't know, like I kind of want to say like on the prowl. But this can also be someone whose mind is kind of changing. They may be like maturing, or they may be coming to a place of greater clarity. Sometimes the Prince of Swords is someone that sort of holds things at an arm's distance. And, you know, it's like, I want this, or, you know, this can be someone that you've already had a connection with who doesn't really energetically want to separate from you, even though physically they've gone in a new direction, or, you know, like, or they've pulled their energy back, or, well, they physically have cut things off, but energetically it's like they're leaving the door open. It's like they don't really want it to be over, but they're overwhelmed, or whatever the case may be. With the swords here, the Queen of Swords and the Prince of Swords in particular, I feel like their behavior is a little reckless, and I feel like they're someone who sort of goes the way of their mind. Like, they're not in charge of their mind is in charge of them. And so when their thoughts become a bit overwhelming, or like when it seems like just too much for them to take on this amount of change, or this amount of risk, or this amount of vulnerability, it's like they shut down. But with the Queen of Swords on the bottom of the deck, there is the sense of maturing, and there is a sense of, you know, beginning to see things clearly, or beginning to sort of even realize, you know, us with us, who we are, or what we're doing, or how maybe even we're sabotaging a situation. I'm going to take one on the Prince of Swords. Yeah, there's definitely clarity. So you have the Sun on the bottom of the deck and the Seven of Pentacles. The ingredients for the recipe are all in this person's head. And now it just comes to physically actually putting the recipe together and putting it in the oven and cooking it. You know what I'm saying? It's like bringing it into the material from their thoughts. There's definitely a lot of clarity. I think this person does feel like they want to be happy, and they are definitely understanding here. Okay, so the Sun can also be a reconciliation of soulmates. So if this is a new person, this person may just be really searching for you. What you are seeking is seeking you, right? Thank you, Rumi. and this can be, it's like this person's telling themselves it's just a matter of time before I find my happiness. You know what I'm saying? And they are somebody who is in a maturation process, who is really seeing clearly what they're looking for. They have a certain level of discernment. They've been through some very painful cycles themselves. But they definitely know what they want if this is a new person. If this is a past person, I feel like there's somebody that's kind of told themselves that, like, if it's meant to be, it'll come back around or they'll get another opportunity. But I think they're also, with the Queen of Swords and the Sun, that's a lot of clarity. And they may be seeing how this energy is, you know, standing back and just sort of waiting, maybe waiting for a sign, maybe waiting for a better time, maybe trying to, they could even be trying to get over it, but the seeds have been planted. The seeds are already growing. Like, they cannot stop themselves from, you know, having these thoughts, or from sort of telling themselves, well, in time, or maybe when I'm not so overwhelmed by things, or maybe when it's a little bit easier, or maybe this, or maybe that. But we did see on the bottom of the deck that energy of, like, they know the clock is ticking. So there's a lot, you know, coming to light with this person. There's a lot that is becoming clearer when it comes to this person. And I do think that if this is a past person, like, having communication is definitely on their mind with the Prince of Swords and the Queen of Swords. And it may be one of those things where it's like, well, when I start to see it clearly, then I'll be able to communicate what I'm thinking and feeling. All right, in this person's heart space, they have some kind of decision to make. For some of you, they may be juggling more than one person, and they may be getting to that crossroads where they have to make a choice, and they may be really avoiding that with this work energy and this turtle energy. It's like, I'd rather just stay where I am right now and not have to make this choice and not have to deal with the fallout. But there is also this sense with the Two of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck, they may have been trying to go back and forth, but here it's clear that they have made the choice. You know, her hand is on one wand. So let me clarify this Two of Wands for you. Yeah, this person has made their choice in their heart, and in their heart, they want to rush forward and speak the truth. In their heart, they just cannot let something go. They can't let you go. They can't. It's like the heart wants what the heart wants. And I know you know what I'm saying when I say that. I think someone even commented that recently. But there's just this kind of energy of someone that just can't let go. And, you know, when you can't let go, when your heart won't let go of someone, I mean, I'm sure you're here because you have experienced that to some degree. And it's one of those energies of where, you know, it feels like this person can't release it. And when the heart can't release something, the heart just wants to rush in and scream it, you know, from the rooftop. But in the case of this being a new person with the Two of Pentacles and the Two of Wands, I feel like this person has been someone who in the past has been a little bit, like, I don't want to call them a fence sitter, but that's kind of how it feels like. Someone who's sort of been afraid to pull the trigger with their heart. Or it can be someone who, you know, has experienced imbalance as a result of their emotion and feeling a little overwhelmed by their emotion. And I feel like if that is the case, this person has been through a lot of situations that they have learned a lot from, and they've survived that entire, you know, journey, still wanting to connect, still wanting to be in a relationship, still wanting and desiring love. And so with the Two of Wands, this person is kind of like, okay, I'm leaving this past energy behind of kind of going back and forth. Now when I see the person and I know this is my person, there is not going to be anything that can keep me from acting. There's not going to be anything that can stop me. There will be no fear. I'll be in Falcon mode full on, right? And so I really can see this as both a past person and a new person. So please take whatever resonates. And if they both resonate, then that can be where both those energies are coming towards you, new and old. But yes, this is definitely in the heart. The heart has made a choice. The heart, this person is ready. It may have taken this person a long time to get ready. But this person has, kind of come out of this thing still wanting what they wanted, and, what they whether that is to be in a partnership, to be in love, to be a duo, or whether it's that they can't let you in particular go, Pisces. All right. Wow. In this person's intentions, we have transformation, we have the Five of Swords, wow, we have the High Priestess, and we have the Four of Wands. Yeah, this could be, if this is a new person, this is someone who in the past really got in their head, even if it's an old person or a new person, this is someone who definitely kind of was very self-defeating with their thoughts. They allowed their thoughts to create that imbalance in their heart and their soul, like, I'm overwhelmed, you know what I mean? To kind of send that message to their brain. And this is something that this person has, it's a cycle that this person has completely completed. Like, this person is seeing, they have complete clarity. We saw that in their mental body about how they were even getting in their own way or sabotaging themselves. And, with the Death card coming with the Five of Swords, there's this energy of, I know that this isn't in my highest and best good. And even if I'm not taking a step forward, I know that this is not in my highest and best good. So I'm stopping this. I'm choosing not to go down this path again. And it's not a path of resistance, especially not with the High Priestess and the Four of Wands there. It is a path of, I've come to a place of peace and acceptance with the past. I've come to a place of peace and acceptance with where I am in my life and what I want. And now that I have done that, I can release this energy of being in limbo. We see in the heart space and we see in the mental body, and now we see here in their intentions that this is someone who has made up their mind. This is someone who, there's been some kind of maturation process. There's been some type of evolution to where this person is of a single mind. They're not in balance. They're not going back between love and fear. They've let that go. They've made their choice. They're very clear about it. They have a ton of clarity in their mental body. And, they have, for once and for all, kind of risen above this, possibly overthinking or self-defeating self-talk or, self-criticism, or, it's definitely something that was sort of cutting out the legs from underneath their ability to move forward in a relationship. You've got the High Priestess with the Four of Wands here. And this is, obviously a very strong and beautiful energy. You now have 3 2s in your reading. You had the Two of Pentacles, the Two of Wands, and now you have the High Priestess 2. So 222 may be significant. You guys may be seeing that a lot. And if you are, pay attention to what's around you. Just take a quick inventory of what's around you and take a quick inventory about what you're thinking. Because that can sort of sometimes help clue you in as to why you're seeing that angel number. So this person, they know, either if this is a past person, then this person knows, I think, that you're somebody that they feel they could have something long-term and stable with. There's something that they intuitively sense the connection. For others of you, this is someone who didn't listen to their intuition in the past. They let their mind kind of wreck things, and they have built a relationship or a connection with their intuition that they are going to trust to guide them toward a deep soul connection. With the King of Swords on the bottom of the deck, this is someone who is seriously getting into alignment. You know, this is someone who is coming to a place where it's like, I definitely know what resonates with me and what is in alignment with my beliefs or my kind of best. And when I know it, I'm going to act extremely decisively. You know, I'm going to say what I need to say. I'm going to do what I need to do. But it's also someone who has mastered their own thoughts. I mean, we've seen a huge maturation process with this person, from the Prince of Swords to the Queen of Swords to the King of Swords. And again, there is that divine pair of the King and Queen of Swords, which I think you guys have kind of been getting multiple times in readings here, that particular divine pair. Let me know in the comments if that's true, because I can never remember. And I also do readings for Leos on my other channels, so sometimes I get confused. But there's just this energy of, yeah, when I know what I know, or when I see what I know I need to see, or when I feel it in my intuition, I will not be afraid to act. I will not be afraid to speak, because I will know with every cell in my body that this is what I'm supposed to be doing, or this is, you know, meant for me, and I need to act upon it. The King is always willing to act. So I don't think I'm going to clarify any of these cards, actually. I'm just going to go into what actions might this person take. All right, I also, while I was shuffling, saw a flipped card, and this had to be for you. Okay, the Seven of Swords, and it stayed in the deck like this. Yeah, I feel like this is someone, at some point there was a lot of misalignment with this person, or this person may have told themselves things that were not actually in alignment with who they are. Wow, okay, so now you guys have had all of the Swords court cards in this person's energy. You have the Princess of Swords in reverse, you have Temperance, and then you have the Eight of Wands. So the Princess of Swords, this is someone who, it's like, it is no longer enough for this person to spy on you, or to think about you, or to kind of be in their head about this. This person wants to actually physically do the work to bring this together, to balance it, to ground, to center, to, you know, with Temperance, it's that energy of, you know, a little bit, a little bit, a little bit, a little bit, till it's like fully ingratiated or intermixed, or what in the world? I don't know where these words are coming from. But until there's a perfect balanced mixture of the two energies of you and them. And with the Eight of Wands on the bottom of the deck, this is an energy of communication. So what actions is this person going to take? I think they are going to stop spying and start acting. I feel like this is, it said, one of your cards in this person's energy said within the next 2 months or something. And I feel like it is maybe something like that. There's also just this energy of really, like, very assuredly moving ahead. Like, not throwing up any more obstacles, or not making it overly complicated, or just not letting their head get in the way here. With the Eight of Wands, it's like being totally driven by desire, by what they want, and by this energy of bliss. Take it as it resonates, Pisces. All right, let's look at you. Man, in your headspace, Pisces, I feel like you're feeling stuck. I feel like you're feeling stuck thinking about a past situation. And that maybe it's because there hasn't been anything better to come along, or maybe it's because, you know, your heart is really wrapped up in this, or because what you experienced seemed to be so perfect, or seemed to be so good, or seemed to be exactly what you wanted. And so it's hard for you to move beyond it. It's like you're not seeing or feeling anything that compares, but you're not also in your mind really open to it on some level. You're kind of mirroring this person, Pisces. You got the Eight of Pentacles here, which is very similar to this work card, right? You're kind of focusing on other things. You're not really focused on your heart. I feel like you're tired of being disappointed. You're tired of being let down. You're tired of, wanting something that doesn't show up for you. And I think you're also sort of tired of thinking about a past person, and you're ready to kind of move on. It's like thinking about the past person sort of makes you feel imbalanced, or sort of makes you sort of ride a roller coaster of ups and downs. And it's not necessarily been completely productive for you to do that. It also feels like you're not the one who isn't willing to move forward, or wasn't willing to move forward. I feel like you were willing to put the work into the connection. And so, and this person maybe wasn't. So you might have been a little bit more advanced or a little bit more ready for this than they were. But I feel like at any rate, it's like if you saw something or felt something that was deeper or better than what you had felt in the past, you would be open to it, because you are looking for collaborators, but you're just not finding it. And allowing yourself to really let thoughts of this person come in makes you feel a little up and down, and you're trying to, I feel like you're trying to come to a place of peace with where things are right now, and you're kind of trying to like focus on things that don't involve your heart, that are more like, this is in front of me, I can put my effort and my energy into this and be productive. If I put my effort and energy into thinking about this person or working toward this, it's not really productive. It's not really helping me in any way. As a result, though, what is actually happening is you are learning to master your thoughts or your mind here. And make your road less up and down and more level. Damn, in your heart space, Pisces, the Two of Cups and the Strength card. Damn, all right. For some of you, oh yeah. Okay. Sorry guys, I had to go to the dentist today. And yeah, my mouth is just weird, so I have to keep drinking. But in the heart space here, Pisces, yikes. No wonder you're in the Two of Swords in your mental body. You've got the Two of Cups with the Five of Pentacles, with the Knight of Wands, with the Strength card. Some of you, I feel like you're fresh, free, and clear of the past person. Like you're no longer interested in them. I think you're looking towards something new, or possibly this is a connection that's just kind of getting off the ground, or you may have thought was getting off the ground and then it seemed to kind of stall out. And it's like, there's just this energy in your energy, Pisces, where it's like you've been disappointed so many times, or you have maybe met, Pisces do, I think you have more soulmates than most people on the planet. So I think, unfortunately, sometimes that means you're going to learn a lot of lessons, but you're also equipped for it. Which, I mean, who's equipped for it? But, you have everything that you need inside of you. But there's this energy of like, I'm tired of being left behind by people who are kind of in and out, or people who are less committed to something than I am. Where I'm in my heart and I'm giving actual real love and emotion and kindness and generosity and empathy and compassion. And I'm extending these really deep, unconditional parts of myself to people who are taking them and then turning their head and seeing something else and running off. And I'm sitting here going, wait, but my whole soul feels for you. And you could just walk away that easily. So there's this energy of like, I don't think you've given up on love or partnership, but I do feel like you are tired of being left out in the cold by people who probably never could have met you as deeply as you were ready to meet them in the first place. And I think that's why mentally, it's like you've just had to kind of zone it out. You're not really wanting to think about the past, because I think the people in the past have sort of really let you down. And so for some of you, there is this energy of, yeah, if the right person comes along, I'm willing to open my heart again. But like, I'm in this observation mode. I'm in a wait and see kind of energy. I'm in this like, You know, I'm looking around. I have my eyes open. I have not shut my heart down. I have not blocked my heart off in any way. But I'm also not just willy-nilly giving it away to anybody. Or, you know, with the strength card here, it's like I've had to do a lot to heal and recover, you know, my ability to love. And I'm not, I have the capacity or the ability to resist giving it away to people who don't deserve it, who are just going to take parts of it and bolt. You know, I'm going to keep it all for myself until I know that this is definitely a partnership rather than, you know, a lesson or someone who is going to, you know, leave me out in the cold the first chance that something sparkly or shiny catches their eye. You know what I'm saying? So with the strength card, it's like, you know how strong you are in your heart space. You know what you're capable of. You know the value of the depth of your love, and you also know the price that you have paid for it. And so you're protective, but your heart is still open. You know, you're still willing to love someone who deserves that opportunity from you. But you're gonna wait and see. You've got some trust issues, I feel like. Yeah. Okay, Pisces. Yes. You know your worth and your value, and you have made a strong decision here for yourself. You have done the work, and you're not going to decide to open your heart space to anyone who isn't showing up, knowing their worth and understanding and appreciating the value of what you're offering them by offering you the same in return. And I mean, with the Eight of Pentacles, the Princess of Pentacles, and the Queen of Pentacles, again, we have this huge maturation process. And this is around self-worth and valuing the self and appreciating the self and understanding the gift that you have to offer people. And knowing that it is a resource. It is an actual physical gift that you are giving to someone. And that it's not something that you want to give unless it's a very balanced situation where someone is offering you the same and where someone is seeing your value, respecting, honoring, and appreciating that value, and that they're coming to the table with this energy of like wanting to work. You are really focused on reciprocity and keeping the scales very balanced here. You're not interested in over investing, and you're also not interested in dealing with people who haven't also explored themselves and haven't, you know, also sort of don't have a deeper understanding of themselves and their own worth and their own value. You're not trying to get a Mr. Fix-It project or a Miss Fix-It project. You're not trying to save the world here. You're trying to have an equal, reciprocal relationship. Okay, what actions will Pisces take? What actions will Pisces take? Yes. Pisces with the King energy. Dang. Okay. You know what you want here, Pisces. You want a divine pair. When somebody comes that is that is showing up for you, that it is emotionally regulating for themselves, that doesn't need you to do it for them. Someone who is capable of feeling their emotions and offering them to you without getting triggered and needing to like run away. When you see this, when you find your divine partner, this is what you want, and you're going to go after it with everything that you have. You're not going to let anything stand in your way from having this if it comes to you. But you know what you want, and you've learned what you wanted by experiencing a lot of what you don't want. And you are only dealing in kings. You are only dealing in people who are also have come to a level of mastery with themselves and are also able to really show up and are willing to actually take action and offer you something. I just don't feel, I feel this energy of like, this is a standard that I have. It's a line I will not cross. I have learned this. I'm not trying to mess with this. So, you know, I feel like the eclipse is changing things. I feel like you may actually, you know, if it isn't your past person showing up in a much more mature energy, then you may be actually like really coming in to meeting someone who is a lot more of what you want than your past has ever been. All right, let's just get a look at this connection real quick for Pisces. Wow. When the star card falls out upright, like face up, this card wants us to see it. See this Knight of Swords energy. Somebody wants to rush forward and speak the truth, or someone is going to rush forward and speak the truth. So you've got this star card. Let me just put some glows on her. Wow. So Pisces, man, the death card on top of the death card. It's kind of, you know what I got with that? So funny. To a double negative. Isn't that like a grammar? Isn't that like a grammar thing? Or, you know, like a rule of grammar? Like if you have two negatives, it makes a positive or something like that. Like, wait, let me think of one. I can't think of one. My brain can't work like that when I'm reading tarot. I don't know why, but I can't drop into like academic brain. Anyway, the High Priestess understands. So the High Priestess is on the bottom of the deck, Pisces, and you know, you had that energy of celebrate right here, and that's what this Three of Cups energy is. And then you had this energy of the Two of Swords right here, and that's what this energy is. And this person had the Death card here, and now they have it here. And then you have the Page of Swords here, and you had the Page of Swords here, or you have it here, I'm not sure. But you had the Page of Swords over here and the Death card over here, and you have the basically the Three of Cups and the Two of Swords over here. So this is like a very like message, like neat and tidy. There's just this energy of wish fulfillment, and you know, this these are the two cards that fell face up, and that always matters to me a lot. And what I think is that someone is looking, or someone is going to see what they want, what they have always wanted. And it may be both of you, but it may just be this person that is going to see this in you, or is going to finally have this breakthrough where they are willing to realize this, or acknowledge this, or admit this, or, you know, allow the breakthrough to happen. Remember, we saw that like guide with the crossroads and everything, where this person was kind of like, I'm not really trying to even acknowledge that I'm at the crossroads. Well, it's going to become perfectly clear to this person that what they want is at the end of this path. And that, you know, if they want to, if this is really what they want, then this is their opportunity to make this choice or this decision. There's some kind of breakthrough coming around that leads to some kind of transformation. And that transformation, I feel like, takes you out of this energy of kind of just being like, I'm sort of stuck. I'm not really, I don't want to call it stuck, but I'm not really looking. I'm not really open. I really haven't seen anything. I really haven't felt anything that inspires me to really open up, you know, mentally to even think about, okay, what would this be like? Is this person a good choice? Like, you're just not even finding anybody that's worth even running through your brain checklist. You know what I'm saying? Except this person. And you need something within them to change in order for them to be the right person for you. So you're sort of at this place where it's like, you know, I can't really move in any direction solidly with my heart. So you've sort of been focusing on other things, and mentally as much as you can. And it's like this transformation takes you out of this energy and into an energy of celebration and happiness and good times. So Pisces, you know, I feel something really positive coming on. And with the High Priestess on the bottom of the deck, it just returns me to a similar energy that I felt earlier in your reading. That was one of like anticipation, or feeling like something good is coming, or like, you know, you're close to having what you want. And You know, sometimes when we're close to having what we want, there are some other things that will go haywire, or that will test us, or that will challenge us, that will sort of make us question our own intuitive feeling that things are going to work out. And I just feel this sense with the High Priestess and the Two of Swords of just focus on that inner vision that you have, and don't allow yourself to get too swept away by things that are happening outside of you. Things are in a state of flux and change, and they're going to be in a state of flux and change for some time. And it's like keeping your eye inside on the idea that you will be celebrating soon. You know what I mean? It's like hold your vision on that, and don't allow yourself to ride the up and down of what you're actually seeing in the physical world, because I'm just getting this like real up and down moment here for you. Like, just, it's like, it's a little bumpy. I'm not really sure where it's going. And then, whew. So like the more you can just mentally focus on, yeah, I know things are changing. We're in the middle of an eclipse season. I know things are going to go up and down, or, you know, sometimes I'm going to feel good, or sometimes I'm going to not feel so good. But instead of really going to those extremes, let me just continue to focus on the fact that there is this celebration, or there is this, you know, happy, joyful energy coming, and that, you know, I do have things to celebrate already and currently in my life. All right, Pisces. Wow, what a reading. I already feel that things are definitely changing for you in this romantic area of your life, and possibly in other places in your life too. So let's dive in with some message cards at this time. For Pisces, dealing with a water sign, please. Wow. Okay. I remember every detail of that day. I feel you leaving me behind. I don't know what you want. Past life love, your soul remembers this intense connection. I can't stop thinking about you. True love, this love is emotional, physical, and unconditional. Second chance, this relationship deserves a second chance. We will be together again. An obsession, someone in this connection is gripped by obsessive thoughts. If you're dealing with a fire sign, you're getting, I can't reach out. Twin flame, this is a divine counterpart connection. You broke my heart. I am waiting patiently. I am becoming a better person. I want you so badly. You can almost feel this person's progression through this kind of transformation, even in these words. I want you. We need to let each other go. See, this person is like, this is where I'm talking about, where somebody doesn't want to even acknowledge that they're standing at a crossroads and that they have a choice. All right. Though I feel like they'll work through it. Oh, okay. You got cards going everywhere. All right. If you're dealing with an earth sign, I hid who I really am from you. I look for you everywhere. I don't know how to feel. Passion. Try something you've never done before. Strictly sexual. This connection is passionate but not enduring. I would do it all again. I'm not over you. And finances. Financial challenges are affecting this connection. And if you're dealing with an air sign, you are getting unavailable. This person is unable to give you all you deserve. I wish I had treated you better. I think they're acknowledging that they couldn't treat you the way you deserve to be treated. Play hard, find time to laugh, goof off, and enjoy each other. I am recovering. Balance. One person is giving too much to the relationship, and leap of faith. It is safe for you to make the move you're considering. All right. Pisces, this is what I have for you today. Let me know in the comments if Mercury retrograde is really just so strong for you guys too. This Mercury retrograde has like done in my appliances, has I mean, it's been a moment for me. But you know, I did also just have that Libra eclipse a couple of years ago. Mercury retrograde was in Libra, and that was like so intense for me, and this is feeling like that. So I'm like, you know. Anyway, this too shall pass. We'll make it through. It's writing something. It's fixing something. It's doing something wonderful somewhere, and I'm trusting in that. All right, you guys. I thank you so very much for joining me today, and I will be back tomorrow. Until then, I send you off with all my very best. Always, always, always. Bye bye, guys.